Content.
Yes, subject matter or content. What about the next one? Students will explain the layers of soil.
Mm, Now there are various responses. Objective, activity, evaluation, learning, presentation, evaluation.
Okay, good. I'm glad we are getting different responses. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is actually an objective. It is a one line which tells me by the end of this unit of layers of soil, students will explain the layers of soil. I can understand why some of you must have been confused that it's a teaching learning activity, because when you read it you feel ये तो activity भी हो सकती है, but understand that students are explaining this after the content has been taught to them. So it is an objective about what is expected at the end of a certain unit. So we'll go to the next one. Students grade each other's essay on positive thinking.
Activity, evaluation, assessment, evaluation, assessment.
Okay, so when you say grade, it is give a score or a rating. It is deciding the value of something, how good or bad it is. So then that becomes, it comes under evaluation and assessment. And the last one, circle time on Mother Tongue Day, where students share a few sentences in their mother tongue.
Activity.
That's right. Yeah. This, I think there wasn't much confusion. Circle time is an
Yeah.
activity, teaching, learning activity. Great. So I hope you all are clear with all the four components. Um, yeah. So let's start now developing the unit. But wait, there are a few things before you actually start. We will be developing this unit together. Now, Sharvari must have shared the Excel sheet. Sharvari, were you able to share the Excel sheet with everyone?
Yeah, I had put it on the group.
Okay. So, in case some of you haven't been able to open it, don't open it right now. But in case you don't have it, when we start the activity, you can just keep a Word document open and go on developing it. So, I will explain a
Samsha, your
component and,
voice is breaking.
oh, my voice is breaking. Is it clear now?
Ha, better.
Uh, So, when I say for a certain unit, I'll
No,
explain that
again.
again. Oh, I'm
Ha.
sorry. I think there's some issue with the internet.
Or is it a problem from my side?
Just give me a minute. It might correct itself in a bit. Am I audible now?
Okay, that was, I think, problem from my side,
Better?
not from your side, I think.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, what I was saying is I'll explain each component and you can develop it. When I say go, please do it. Don't do it before that, otherwise we'll be in a complete mess. So try to wait for me to say go before you do develop that particular part of the curricular unit. So now here I have taken two sample curricular units. One, if you look at the columns, we have subject, grade or age level, and concept. So I have taken teacher education as my subject. My grade or age level will be teachers of all grades. My concept will be online teaching. Then I've taken a second component. Now all of you can take only one. I have taken two just to explain it to you all. The second one I've taken is math is my subject. Grade 2 is my age level, and number patterns is the topic that I'll be teaching, the concept that I'll be taking. So now y'all will have to choose a curricular unit. Y'all have brought out some really great subject areas in your essays. Someone wants to work on sports, history, geography, environmental awareness, math, language, sex education, work experience, human rights, teacher education, lot of diverse topics, and it was really nice to read everyone's essays. Now I want you all to give it a thought and choose any one subject based on your interest, on what is the importance in your own preference. Don't think of it in the large scheme of things. आपके हिसाब से क्या important है, किस सब्जेक्ट एरिया पे आपको फोकस करना है, वो आप चूज कीजिए. प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन, प्रैक्टिकली जो एप्लीकेबल होगा, ऐसा कुछ सब्जेक्ट, मतलब आपने जो कॉन्सेप्ट सोचे होंगे उसमें से कोई प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन वाला एक चूज कीजिए, and it should be doable in the present time frame. We have just 1 hour, so please select something that is simple. Next, you will have to think of a grade or age level where you will be teaching, I mean, the particular concept you will be teaching. And next, what concept or idea? So in my case, you saw within teacher education, I looked at online teaching, within math, number patterns. आपको सोचना है आप कौन सी concept या idea लेंगे इस subject में. So you can start now, go open the Excel sheet or take a Word document and I'll give you the columns. ये columns आपको Word document या Excel में भरने हैं. Subject, grade, concept. And once you're done, please type in the chat box. Answer आपको type नहीं करना है, वो आपके sheet में ही रहने दीजिए. You just have to say yes, done.
Yes, so those of you who haven't seen the Excel sheet on group, I have shared it here also in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Sharvari, I've completely lost you. Is it my connection or yours?
I think it's mine, Samiksha, because
Okay.
okay, so I have shared this Excel sheet here also in the chat box.
Okay.
For people who did not see it on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, no problem.
Huh.
So we'll give them a few minutes to type it out, then we'll continue.
Samiksha, people are asking questions here.
Sure. Yeah.
On the Excel sheet, what exactly would be the need analysis?
I will explain that one by one. Right now, just focus on subject, grade level, concept. आपको सिर्फ ये 3 columns भरने हैं. You don't have to go ahead. Were all the questions about that, Sharvari? Anything else?
Let me check. I don't think so.
Okay.
Huh.
Are you getting any responses that people have finished their?
Yes,
first?
2 people are saying they are done.
And we have 20 participants, right? Okay. Any more responses?
Yeah. So many people are done.
Okay. So we'll move ahead then. अभी आपके first 3 columns हो गए हैं. We'll now see what needs analysis is. Okay. Needs analysis is basically understanding कि जहाँ पे आप ये curriculum execute करने वाले हो, the place where you're going to develop, I mean, provide this curriculum, what is the need of the people there? So you have to look at things like what are the learners' needs, what is their prior knowledge, context क्या है, is it rural or urban? Is it within an urban setting? Is it an underprivileged section of society? Or is it upper class school? Is it kind of a activity based school? Or is it more of a rigorous study kind of school? So you have to do needs analysis to understand कि आप कहाँ पे curriculum दे रहे हो, ये जो आप unit बना रहे हो. So needs analysis कैसे करते हैं? Simply you can use tests. आप interview कर सकते हो, आप observation कर सकते हो. You can take a paper pen test and understand these three things that I have written here. That's learner's needs, learner's prior knowledge, and your context. It's just like a simple assessment before you begin. Some things, when you develop a needs analysis, it's important to think कि आप क्या questions पूछोगे, and I'll show you that in a bit. That gives you an idea about how your curriculum will proceed further. Please note this very important point. Needs analysis can be done before or after selection of curricular unit. अभी शायद कुछ लोगों को लगे कि I have no clue what I want to develop at all. Recently, someone approached me from she's a colleague who works in Goa, and she says I want to do something in environment, but I don't know what to do. So she had no clue क्या करना है. So my first recommendation to her was do a needs analysis. Speak to the teachers. Do they want to teach anything specific? Speak to the parents. Do they want something to be taught? Speak to the children, the students. Take an interview of the students. Ask them, is there any particular concept they want to look at? So you can do it either before you select your curricular unit or after. And finally, of course, needs analysis is recommended, but it's not compulsory. अगर आप नहीं भी करते हो, you're already aware of what the student's situation is, you don't need to do it. But in today's session, we will be doing a needs analysis. Yeah. So this is what I have done. अभी column by column देखिए. This we have already seen. Teacher education, teacher of all grades. The concept I'll be teaching is online teaching. Needs analysis. I want to conduct an interview with the teachers. My context is rural schools in Rajasthan. The tool I'll be using is, of course, an interview tool. And what questions I'll be asking in my needs analysis is, क्या आपने पहले ऑनलाइन टीचिंग यूज किया है? दूसरी बात, आपके हिसाब से challenges क्या है ऑनलाइन टीचिंग में? This is what I'll ask for my needs analysis for the teacher education program. अभी आते हैं math पे. You all already know that I've selected number patterns. Now for my needs analysis for math, I'll do a simple paper pen test. Paper pen test मतलब regular test जो हम स्कूल में करते हैं उसको paper pen test कहते हैं. My context is a school set of CBSE schools in Vellore. Tool will be a paper pen test again. And the questions on my paper pen test will be, first I'll ask them to complete a simple pattern. You can see the pattern is 2, 8, 32, 28. It is a simple pattern. दूसरी बात है missing numbers उनको fill up करने एक pattern में. अभी what is the reason for doing needs analysis? Suppose after my needs analysis I understand कि अरे बच्चों को तो paper, I mean they know patterns extremely well. Then I won't develop a curricular unit on that. I'll look at some other concept. Or I might find that some of them are struggling with this concept, some others aren't. So I will make my groups accordingly. One group will be those who have already gone to advanced patterns. One group will be which is at the basic patterns. So needs analysis से आपको पता चलेगा कि आपके करिकुलम की जरूरत है या नहीं, उसमें क्या चेंजेस करने हैं, आपको डिलीवरी कैसे करनी है. अभी फॉर इंस्टेंस इन टीचर एजुकेशन आई माइट फाइंड दैट द टीचर्स आर not very comfortable with an online training mode. Nowadays, trainings are all online. They are not comfortable. Then I'll identify one mentor in उनके एरिया में कोई mentor identify करूंगी जो उनको जाके personally train करेंगे और मैं उनको online training दूंगी. So needs analysis will help you understand a lot of things about your curricular unit. So I hope this is clear. Let's now do it. I mean, for your curricular unit, go. Please open your sheet and fill up these columns in that. Once you're done, please write that in the chat box. Sharvari, can participants also share their screen on this in at some point if you want to look at the Excel sheet they have developed?
I have no idea, Samiksha.
Okay. So only I can share it, looks like. Never mind, that's okay. Maybe they can put it in the chat box.
Let's ask them if they are getting share screen option on the screen.
Okay, yeah, that would be good. Maybe let me stop sharing my screen for a bit and let's see if anyone else is getting that icon.
So any of you can share your screen. Can you see the option there?
No.
Yeah, can you?
No.
No, okay. But Samiksha, they can talk. So they are all not muted. So unlike Zoom webinar.
Zoom, okay.
Ha.
That's good. Then we can have option is there, someone is saying.
Yeah. So, sir, can you please share your screen?
Okay. Someone who is done, I mean, you can take your time, fill up the Excel sheet, and then share your screen. One or two of you who would like to share, you can share the needs analysis tool that, I mean, what you put in the column. Yeah, I think someone wants me to share the. Yes, someone asked for a screen share. I hope this is what you were looking for.
Somebody is saying, could you please repeat what we would include under analysis column?
Needs analysis, yeah. So in here you would see in my case, I have put in the same things because they are overlapping, but needs analysis is basically a description of what you'll be doing. So will it be a paper pen test, or some people might want to do interview and test and observation. So all that would come in your needs analysis column, and tool would be specifically would be like a worksheet. That is your tool. Test is a tool. Then observation format, where you actually have a format to observe a certain class, that would also come under tool. So needs analysis is a broader description, and tool is a specific description of what tool you'll be using. Right now, if you all don't have a clear idea about that, it's fine. You can just fill up the tool column or needs analysis column, whatever, it's fine. One of the two is also fine. We are not looking completion के लिए नहीं aim कर रहे हैं हम यहाँ पे understanding के लिए aim कर रहे हैं. So it's fine if you are at this point not clear. Anyone has completed and would like to share what they have done?
No responses at the moment.
Okay. Have you got responses about whether people have completed this particular section?
People are typing.
Oh, okay.
Pallavi is saying she's done with it.
Pallavi, would you be comfortable to share what you have done? So we just everyone gets an idea, maybe.
Okay, even
you're
if
not.
you're not able to share the screen, you can unmute yourself and talk about it, right?
Yeah, sure. Pallavi, you can please do that.
All right. So I have done. I think I can paste it in the chat box also.
Yeah, that
Uh,
would help.
yeah. So just give me 5 seconds. I'll do that, and then probably I can talk in particularly about that.
Okay, I think Dr. Jaykumar has also put in something. Is it addition versus length, sir? Subtraction versus length? Observe the above two with students, provide scales and sticks to measure. If they have issues, then need to introduce things on length, number system, geometry. Okay, 5th grade. That's nice, very detailed. You are giving an activity to them to assess their prior knowledge. So this is also a nice tool that all of us can use. Is using an activity to test their knowledge.
Yeah. So I have shared what I've
Yes.
written in the sheet.
Would you like to explain it, Pallavi?
Yeah. So I chose environmental awareness as the subject area, and then wait. Yeah. So then I chose fifth graders because I wanted them to I want them to write some sort of observations and everything, and I thought that would be the perfect class to talk about things like this. The concept I chose was the concept of waste. Anything that goes into the dustbin, and do they understand why is it there, and how and where does it go. So I want so basically I have chosen a low fee private school in an urban setting because that's where I live. uh, Worksheet or a classroom discussion could be one way of sensing the need of students. Then there are questions that I would like to ask them to understand if they have ever thought about it or not, or is it something that they already have a concept about in their heads. So the questions that I have written are: do you have a dustbin at home? uh, Depending on the answers I receive. And the next question is: have you noticed what all goes in there? Then why do you think it belongs there, and where does it go? So these are the four questions that I'm going to ask them. It can be a worksheet also, which can involve then some detailed questions of putting down what all they found in their dustbins at home. uh, and or if I'm doing it in a classroom discussion, I can simply ask them about it, probe them a little if they want to talk about it. So I
So
still
that's
don't know
really
if
good.
that is limited
Hmm.
to need analysis, or I have actually thought about a classroom activity already. So that's where I
Yeah.
want to understand the difference.
No, but it's a good thought because you've included a worksheet and classroom discussion.
Hmm.
Needs analysis, that is the thing. The activities that you use in a needs analysis can always be easily applied to a class. But once you develop your entire unit, you will have a clearer idea about where this falls. Right now,
Right.
it looks like a perfect needs analysis activity, no problem at all. But when you actually do your activity, you might
Hmm.
want to tweak it a bit, which is fine. In the
Hmm.
interest of time, I think we can only take one more response. So, Mr. Dadich, would you like to go and explain what you've typed?
Yeah, so I I wrote about like my subject. I'm focusing on sex education. So, firstly, I'm audible, right?
Mhm.
I'm
Yes,
audible,
you're
right?
audible. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was focusing on sex education and at a government urban school. Okay. Basically, even if like I'm focusing on children who are belonging to low income groups. Okay. Or living in slum areas. So the tool would be an in-depth interview because it is a very sensitive topic. So we need to have included the parents also. So in-depth interview first with the parents and then with the students. And so interview would be like uh, what is the current knowledge about sex or reproductive organs or biological aspects of it, but it has to be done very in a very the language has to be very simple and at the same time sensitive. At the same time the sensitivity mapping of parents, do the parents think that sex like in the questions, do the parents think that sex education is needed, and if not, then why? What are the reasons of the restraint people have about sex education? So even if you know the resistance, then we can plan how to deal with that resistance, or how to build a program. So like there was a program in Mumbai by some trust that they include sex education, but their mothers, each child mothers are also present while the class is going on. Okay, so every student has their parent, and specifically also mother. So other girls also don't feel uncomfortable when if fathers are there, then girls may feel uncomfortable, you know. So that kind of idea by mapping the restraints and the sensitivity then can be done. Yeah, thank
So
you.
your main objective, sir, about doing the needs analysis would be to understand the comfort level of your audience, right?
A comfort level also audience, and also the resistance of
Right.
the, and then at the end the need of it, is it actually needed at that also.
So thank you. Yeah, I think Pallavi and Mr. Dadish, whatever they have shared, that definitely makes me want to put this point ahead. That when you're doing a needs analysis, do think about what you want to understand about your context. Like in Pallavi's case, it was more about understanding what is the level of knowledge they have about this particular idea of best out of waste or recycling. Whereas in Sir's case, it was more about understanding the sensitivity, the resistance, the socio-cultural aspect of the curriculum he wants to have. So please give a thought to the objectives of your needs analysis. क्यों आपको करना है? आपको knowledge समझना है, आपको context समझना है, आपको socio-emotional factors समझने हैं. So whenever you are developing your curriculum, do give a thought to the objective behind your needs analysis. We'll move ahead. We'll take other responses a little later. I hope everyone can see my screen again. Okay.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. So next thing is our objectives. Now, like I told you, objectives are one-line statements about what you expect your students to achieve by the end of this curriculum. So don't start writing it yet. Here I have some objective statements for you, जो कि आप देख सकते हैं गलत जो है और सही जो है मैंने यहाँ पे डाले हैं. So let's look at the first one. Students learn many names of Indian state capitals. अभी इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है, जब आप many बोलते हो, many can be all the state names, it can be 10 state names, 5 state names. So many is a very vague term. तो जब भी आप objectives लिखते हो, आपको specific होना है उसमें. Now, if you look at the correct one here, students will list the names of 15 Indian state capitals. I have made it very specific. मैंने exact number specify किया है. So ऐसे objective लिखने से आपको क्या पता चलेगा? If they are not able to say 15 Indian state capital names, your students, that means your objective has not been achieved. So you exactly know when it's 15, yes, no. So that's how your objective should be. It should be specific. Next, students will understand all or some alphabets of Punjabi language and memorize simple and short words in Punjabi. Now again, this is very vague. Understand all or some alphabets. आप measure कैसे करोगे? ऑब्जेक्टिव की एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है कि आपने मेजर करना है उसे. यू हैव टू नो how to measure this particular outcome. Now, if I say all or some, what am I going to test them on? Am I going to test them on all the alphabets or on some alphabets? Again, memorize simple and short words. Abhi simple and short words could be 3 letter words. It can be 4 letter words. It's a very vague term. You cannot measure it. So then we come to a better objective. I have broken it up into two. तो आप देखोगे कि यहाँ पे एक लंबा सा objective है. But here I have broken it up into 2 simple objectives. Students will identify all the alphabets of Punjabi language. Students will construct 2 letter words in Punjabi. So I have made it very clear. I have made it measurable. These are some of the words that you can use. जब भी आप objectives लिख रहे हो, तभी आप इन words को use करो because it helps you make your objective clear. So list, identify, state, describe, define, solve, compare and contrast, operate, apply. Most important thing, your objective should be clear, it should be measurable, it should be brief, जो कि हमने इन दो examples में से देखा है. So let's move ahead. Before you write your objectives, please see the ones that I have put in here. Teacher education में my objective is by the end of this unit. अभी needs analysis मेरा हो गया है. Now I am developing my curricular unit. Now, what is my objective? Based on my needs analysis, I have understood कि teachers को types of online teaching आते नहीं हैं and they don't know how to develop an online teaching class. So my objective is by the end of this unit, learners will be able to distinguish between types of online teaching, develop an online teaching class. Clear, measurable, brief. Next, look at math. Recognize an increasing pattern, complete an increasing pattern. Only 2 short and sweet objectives. Similarly, now I want you all to think about what you all have developed so far and think of a clear measurable objective for that. आप एक ही कर सकते हो. मैंने दो दिए हैं आपको एग्जाम्पल के लिए. आप एक ही सिलेक्ट कीजिए बस. Yes, if someone is completed, whenever you do, you can share that one objective that you have developed. Sharvari, you're there?
Yes.
Yeah, so would you just read out when someone pastes it in the chat box? If you can access the chat box.
No basic functions of reproductive body parts. Shreya is saying, have the child count up to number 30 in English. And
Okay.
native language, Pallavi is saying students will be able to identify things under the category of refuse, reuse, and recycle.
Okay, I'll just go to this and see. Students will be able to know basic functions. Okay, have the child. Okay, Shreya, instead of have, why don't you type it as call out numbers up to 30 in English? That's one objective. Call out numbers up to 30 in native language. So you will be making 2 objectives out of that. And rather than saying have the child, you can just say count up to the number 30 in English, count up to the number 30 in native language. Okay. Sir, when you say no थोड़ा सा vague हो जाता है, Mr. Dadich. You should look for a more clear sentence like what I had put up: list, identify, or something like that, because no is very difficult to measure. No, when something is in someone's head, like he knows it, how will you measure it? But if that person is listing it, or you are giving an image and he's identifying it, she is telling you the functions, that is a more measurable objective. So maybe you could try to rewrite that. And Pallavi, students will be able to identify things under the category. Okay, when you say things, I think you mean objects. So yeah, but I think that's fine. Identify objects which can be reduced, reused, recycled. Pallavi, again, you can break it up into three objectives, okay? Because these are three different concepts. Reduce is one, reuse is one, recycle is another. So you can try making three objectives out of that. For oracy skills, response to others with precise analysis. Oh, yes, identify would be good. Just a minute. Yeah, who responds to others with precise analysis or questioning, supporting, or challenging their ideas? I'm sorry, who's put this? Can you just explain a little bit? Okay, we'll wait for that person. Miss Jaikumar sir is saying Sanji is tall compared to Suresh. Is it correct? Sir, is this an objective? Then this wouldn't be the way you would state an objective. An objective would be, by the end of this unit, students will be able to distinguish or compare objects to determine their height. Something like that you would have to draft it as. We'll take one more response. Okay, in a discussion, how student responds to queries. So, okay, then your objective might be by the, see, जब भी आप objectives draft कर रहे हो, try using the sentence that I gave. By the end of this unit, students will be able to. Once you use this sentence, आपको समझ में आएगा कि आप क्या achieve करना चाह रहे हो. So we have in discussion how student responds to queries. So your objective could be, by the end of this unit, students will respond to queries in an effective manner. Something like that you would have to draft it. I'm taking a last one here from Ria. Subject is math, geometry, objectives. Students should be able to distinguish between various geometric tools or use each tool efficiently. Okay, Ria, my only problem with this is when you say various geometric tools, there are several, like we have several of geometric tools. So you might want to specify the tools that you're using. Is it a compass protractor? That's all, or is it a scale, compass protractor, set, square, all of that? So otherwise it becomes very large. We are trying to make it measurable. Okay, so you'll have to just redraft it and make it more specific. So I'll move on back to our presentation now. We'll go to the next part. Now, subject matter, this is very simple. I think everyone already knows that is the content that you want to teach. What is the content to be taught? आपके objectives के साथ match होना जरूरी है. Now, for instance, the last one we had was a group discussion. So your subject matter will be on having a group discussion in the class. It cannot be about recitation, for instance. आप उनको oral recitation करवा के उनका उनके group discussion skills आप enhance नहीं कर सकते. So you have to match your subject matter to your objectives. So I'll quickly show you what I have developed for teacher education. Distinguish between types of online learning. मैं चाहती हूँ कि वो online teaching के types में से distinguish कर सके. So I have asynchronous and synchronous online teaching. These are two types of online teaching. This is what I will cover in my content. Next is develop an online teaching class, my second objective. इसके लिए I will actually teach them how to write an online teaching plan. So objective से ही आपको आपका content आप derive कर सकते हो. Further, recognize an increasing pattern, complete an increasing pattern. So in my content, I have two activities. One is they will make increasing patterns with objects. Second, increasing patterns with numbers. Now this is my content. I hope this is clear. I think rather than doing only content, I feel all of you should do content and teaching activities together. So ignore this go. We'll go on to teaching learning activities. Teaching learning activities and subject matter बहुत closely related है.
Madam,
So
sorry,
yeah,
sorry to
yeah.
interrupt, but people are not able to see the slides.
Oh, you can't see the slide. I'm sorry about that. Just give me a minute. Sorry. Thanks for telling me. Okay, this was what I was telling you about subject matter. Now is it visible or still you have a problem?
Not visible, ma'am, yet.
Okay, just a minute. Just a minute. What about now? Yeah, now it should be. Is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible, ma'am, now.
Okay. So I explained to you all about the content subject matter. So I'll just quickly show you the table now because you missed it. So in teacher education, my objective was distinguish between types of online teaching. So my content is exactly mapped to my objective. Asynchronous and synchronous online teaching are two types of online teaching जो इस objective को address करते हैं. Then my second objective is teachers have to be able to develop an online teaching class. So my content is I will have to teach them how to write an online teaching plan. So आपको देख के समझ गया होगा कि your content is exactly mapped to your objectives. Next we'll go to math, recognize an increasing pattern, complete an increasing pattern. So my content will be increasing patterns with objects, increasing patterns with numbers. So I hope that's clear, the link between content and objectives. And I don't think you all should just look at subject matter. You all do subject matter and teaching activities together. So I'll just show you my teaching activities also. Your teaching learning activity should be creative. फिर भी वो practical होने चाहिए जो आप एक classroom में या if you want to do it outdoors or something that's fine, but it should be practically possible. They should be interesting. They should be aligned to your objectives and your subject matter. Again, activity का मतलब अभी जब हम activity ये शब्द सुनते हैं, we feel it has to be something hands-on. That's not necessary. It can be a lecture method. It could be a questioning method. I put up some ideas for activities here. You have lecture method, demonstration, you have group discussion forums, craft activities, you have virtual field trips, blogging, concept mapping, research activity, and some others I have on the next slide. Now, some of you might ask, अभी COVID के वजह से सब कुछ तो online हो गया है. All these things can be done online. You can record videos of yourself. You can show YouTube videos. You can do activities on a live session. So these ideas can be incorporated into your teaching learning activities. Here I have a slide. I have taken this from a particular website. It gives you a set of 15 activities that can be done online in the present situation. So I'll leave it here for you all to see, but before that, I'll just show you what you have to do next. तो आपको अभी क्या करना है आपके टेबल में you have to fill up the column for content and the column for teaching learning activities. In my case, my content was asynchronous and synchronous online teaching. So in the learning activities, I have a PowerPoint presentation on types of online teaching. Then I'll be showing them video samples of asynchronous and synchronous online teaching. And for the writing the online teaching plan, I'll have them do a think, pair, share activity for online teaching. So think, pair, share is two people work together, they think, then they pair up, they discuss, and they share their idea with the other group members. Moving on to math, the learning activities will be activities with marbles, beads, paper cutouts. That's a hands-on activity. And you'll have a teaching activity where I'll teach them normal number patterns using the chalkboard. Okay, so आपको इसी हिसाब से आपका भी you have to fill up your Excel sheet in the same way. Think of your content, map it to your objectives, then again learning activities, map it to your content.
Shreya said she's done.
Yeah, I'm just displaying this slide in case anyone wants any ideas from this.
Wow, this is interesting.
Has Shreya shared her activity?
She just said she's done.
Okay, I'm seeing some chats here. Shreya said activity counting of items and outdoor games and activities like number jump. Okay, and your content is numbers up to 30, right, Shreya? Then we have Oracy skill, use of break rooms in Google Classrooms. That's nice. That's quite interesting. Then Mr. Dadish has put have activity will be having a guest faculty discussing about puberty conditions and hygiene. Also think about the feasibility of your activities, because if the people in your program,
Samantha, are you saying something? Because I was not able to hear. Maybe this is the problem with my earphone. Are
oh
you saying something to me?
no, I was just reading out the responses in the chat box.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, I'll just go on mute and you carry it forward.
Yeah, can others hear me though? Okay, so yeah, I was just talking about Mr. Dadich's activity. If the people in your a particular place where you're going to provide this curriculum, if they are not comfortable with a guest faculty and they are more comfortable with someone from their own environment, I mean, that might be something that you want to think about. Yes, anyone else would like to share their content and activity? observation of the dustbins for a week and making a list of objects that go there, segregate different objects, categorize them based on their utility. Yeah, but I'm still working on it though. Okay, but I think it's a good one. It's a good activity. It's something unique, observing the dustbins for a week and seeing the objects that go. Right. Yeah, these are good activities. The Google breakup, even guest faculty, break rooms in Google Classroom, having a guest faculty, outdoor games. These are really nice activities. When you all are conducting it again, or when you're developing it, think about the feasibility, the practical aspect of it. Think about all these things when you plan your activities. So I think now we'll move on to the next one. Sharvari, shall we go to the next part of this?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, okay. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah, okay. This we already looked at. It was the teaching learning activities. Now, finally, we come to evaluation and assessment. This is a section that you may have confused with your needs analysis, because the tools that you would use in evaluation and assessment would be similar to your needs analysis. But that's okay. Now, once you type out your evaluation and assessment, you might want to go back and change your needs analysis tool. And that's perfectly fine. You have to keep on developing your curriculum as you go along. Don't start typing yet. Think about these questions. How will you evaluate? Choose your activity based on the objectives and the content. You should make sure that in your evaluation, you are testing.
Ma'am, we are not able to hear you. I guess you're muted or something.
Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, so what I was saying is, when you are evaluating and assessing, make sure that you choose your activity based on your objectives and content. ऐसे ना हो कि आप your objective was to teach them types of online teaching, but आप assess कर रहे हो उनका comfort level. Then you're looking at a completely different objective. So it's very important that your evaluation and assessment should be mapped with your objectives and your content. Some ideas I have put up here for evaluation and assessment. Some of you have already done these in your needs analysis. There's worksheet, presentation, a paper pen test, quiz, essay, peer evaluation, password technique. Now, what is password technique? In a physical classroom, you would have children sit, all the children stand up, and you ask each of them a question. Correct answer किया तो वो बैठ जाएंगे, गलत आंसर किया तो वो खड़े रहेंगे till their turn comes again. With an online class, you can ask each student on your call a question. If they answer it, this you can do at the end of your session. If they answer it, they will exit that class. If they don't answer that password correctly, I mean, they don't give you the correct password, they'll have to stay back in the class. So some of you might now go back and change your needs analysis, because needs analysis, evaluation and assessment is similar hai. So curriculum is something you develop as you go along. So evaluation and assessment के जो tools हैं, you could even use them in needs analysis, but make sure that your questions are different. Otherwise, you'll be assessing the same thing before and after. And it should be aligned to your objectives. So I'll leave this here. All of you can now look at my, just a minute. Yeah. Now look at my evaluation. If you remember interview, when I conducted the needs analysis, I had an interview, which I was just talking to the teachers. What is your comfort level? Do you know what is online teaching and so on? Now I'm properly evaluating them, where they'll orally explain the difference between asynchronous. I'm sorry, that cell is not complete. It should be teachers will orally explain the difference between asynchronous and synchronous online teaching. Developing an online teaching class, teachers will submit an online teaching plan which will be graded. ये मैं उनको evaluate कर रही हूँ. Then I come to math. Students will solve a worksheet on number patterns. Simple evaluation. They will just do a worksheet. Now earlier I had a paper pen test looking at general patterns का knowledge उन्हें है या नहीं. Now I will specifically assess increasing patterns का उनका जो knowledge है increasing patterns का ये मैं specifically assess करूंगी. So please understand needs analysis is more broad क्योंकि आप context समझ रहे हो, आप learners के needs समझ रहे हो, but evaluation is more specific. Whatever specific objectives I have, my evaluation has to be mapped to that. So I hope that's clear. All of you can now write down your evaluations and maybe share it. Yes, I can see some of your evaluations. We'll quickly go through this because we are now, running out of time. So Shreya says evaluation, ask the child to sort the number blocks as per the number count. Ask the child to collect the specific number of items. Okay, this is very good. Oracy skill, online audio, video, dialogue in drama, debate on and for a topic. Yes, excellent. They are completely aligned to your skills. Presentation on their 2 week long observations, list of objects, categorization, experiences, and reflection. So, this is a good response, Pallavi. My only caution is these are grade 5 students, right? So, they would need a template or some kind of a format to observe, categorize, reflect, because these are slightly advanced procedures which you might have to teach them before they actually do it. Okay, that would be my suggestion to you. Ma'am, if questions during needs analysis and evaluation assessment are same, but students did not perform well, then does it mean that teacher did not have good learning activities? Rather than saying, sir, not good learning activities, you can say that the objectives haven't been met. So what you are saying is you'll have a pre-test and a post-test, and in your post-test, your students have not achieved the objectives, which would mean you would have to go back, modify your curriculum, and provide a new curricular unit to address those objectives. Mr. Jaykumar, I hope that clarifies your doubt. I'm sorry, everyone is sharing, but I will have to move on to the next slide. Uh, Last one I look at, I would still like to use the same quiz for needs analysis and evaluation and actually compare the results of the two. Or is that not a good idea? No, Manva, it's fine. It's fine to do that. Generally, needs analysis is more general, but what you are suggesting is a pre-test and a post-test. So that is slightly different from needs analysis. Needs analysis is more like a situation. You're analyzing the situation, whereas a pre-test and a post-test is something that you would do before starting and after finishing. Does that clarify your doubt? Yes, please talk. Please go ahead.
Hi,
Yeah,
am I
hi.
audible?
Yeah, you're
So
audible.
my basic this thing was to the subject was teacher education, science teachers for grade 9 and 10. Concept was genetics, and so genetics is a concept which is very difficult for teachers to teach. and
Hmm.
they somehow sort of are not convinced that it is difficult to teach. So this needs analysis and evaluation, the same quiz or questionnaire for needs analysis and same quiz would highlight it to them that yes, it is needed, you need some help in teaching this. That's why it was very specific to my, and we have tried this out, we actually did
Hmm.
this, and that is the only way we could convince teachers that you need some help to teach genetics, because it's not an easy subject. And we actually
So,
did this, that we, before
mhm.
taking a before giving a session on genetics, we asked the teachers some questions, and afterwards we asked them some questions, and we actually displayed the numbers also, that so many of you gave correct answers before and now so many of you are giving a correct answer, and something like
Mhm.
that. So that
So
was my
Manva, I
idea.
think what I understand, Manva, from your project is that you already knew the situation. You didn't need a needs analysis because you already knew the situation. You knew what the context is, right? You did a
No,
pre-test
but
and a post-test.
yeah, but see,
Hmm.
before conducting the session we didn't know, or we were
Oh,
not
you were not
completely sure.
aware.
Yeah, so we
Okay,
did the
okay.
pre-test just before the lecture. It's not yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so basically before the
Mm-hmm.
3 hours we did the same questionnaire. After the 3 hours we
Okay.
did the same questionnaire.
Okay, I would still, I mean, I think this is a debatable thing. I would still say it is a pre-test and a post-test, and needs analysis is more like a general assessment of your population, of your sample where you're running the course, the
Okay,
context, and so on.
okay,
You
okay.
got it? Like more,
Yeah,
understanding the teachers, where they're
I
coming from.
understood. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this is more a pre-test, post-test that you did, and it's a very interesting project, and it was nice hearing about that. Are you
So
planning to run it in more schools?
so we did this at the beginning of last year because Maharashtra State Board changed the syllabus. So, but
Mm-hmm.
now we would have done it again from June, but now we need to think of how to do it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
yeah, yeah.
Good. Nice. Thanks for sharing.
No
But
worries.
that's a very
Thank you.
that's a very interesting point Manva has brought up. I hope it clarifies to all of you how needs analysis and a pre-test, post-test are two different things.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'll quickly move on, and I've just displayed a checklist for evaluating curricular units. Now you all have developed your curricular unit. You have gone from the concept all the way up to your evaluation. So that part is done. This is a simple checklist. Uh, First is, are the objectives aligned to the content? जो आपके objectives थे कि आपका content उससे aligned है. Second, is the evaluation aligned to the objectives, which we already discussed. Next, are the learning activities practically possible? Now, if there is someone who wants to teach automobile engineering and they don't have an automobile in the first place, an old or a piece of an automobile or anything, it's not practically possible to even run this curriculum. So, very important to have practically doable activities. Is the flow logical? What do I mean by logical flow? Does it take the learner from known to unknown? Now, if I want the teachers to learn about online teaching, but they don't have WhatsApp on their phone, they don't know what WhatsApp is. I mean, in some remote part, it can definitely happen. Then they don't know that concept at all of online teaching. So from known to unknown is not happening. It's all unknown for them. So first I'll have to teach them about, smartphones, usage of smartphones, online, kya hota hai internet. I'll have to teach all that and then take them to the unknown bit of online teaching. So it should go from known to unknown. Next is from simple to complex knowledge. Suppose I am teaching machines. I want to teach them complex machines. I can't directly start at complex machines. I'll first have to teach them what is simple machine, how does it work. Then I'll further have to go on building and show them how simple machines combine to make a complex machine. So it has to go from simple to complex. Is the voice constant? अभी आपने कभी notice किया होगा, sometimes when you're writing a curricular unit, you will start off with addressing it to the teachers and then you will address it to the students. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. You should address it to one person. If you're addressing it to the teacher, it should be constant throughout. If it's to the student, constant throughout. I'll explain my point in a bit. Then is it gender inclusive? इज इट डिवॉइड ऑफ कल्चरल रिलीजियस कास्ट बेस्ड बायसेस? ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जो कई बार हम भूल जाते हैं. इवन व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग, वी माइट not use gender inclusive language, or we might have some cultural, religious, caste based biases. It's very important to not have these in your curricular unit, so that you are establishing a standard and everyone will accept it. If biases are there in your curriculum, people are not going to accept it and it is not going to achieve your objectives. So this is a simple checklist. We'll share it with you later on. I have a small curricular unit here. Sharvini, do we have quick 10 minutes to finish this activity?
Actually, the another session, the next session has been started already.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have
So
to conclude here. Actually, we
I
started also
think,
late. We started
yeah,
around 7:15, no?
yeah, right.
Never mind, it's okay. I'll maybe
Hello.
yeah. Yeah, Sharvari.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe those who want to attend that session, they can go there, and people who are interested here, they can stay here and do the activity, I think.
Okay,
So
that yeah.
Megha's session on citizenship through education has been started. You guys already have the link. So if you want, you can join there.
Okay, then shall I continue then, Sharvari? People can exit, no, whenever they please.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Just give me a minute. Yes, I have a checklist. I have put up the checklist here. And your curricular unit is here, the one that I want all of you to critique. We have people left, na? Okay, has everyone gone? And I'm talking to you, Sharvari, only.
No, no, people are here.
Okay, okay. Otherwise, it would be funny. Okay, so all of you, just look at the checklist and read this little curricular unit I have put up here. I can read it also for those who cannot see the screen or something. The term machine is generally referred to as a mechanical device requiring complex structures. However, tools like wheel, seesaw, lever are example of simple machines that are equally effective in making work easy. Hence, it is highly imperative to assist children in identifying common examples of simple machines in their surroundings and provide them with insights into understanding the utility of such machines in performing a particular task and the advantages it holds for the user. Now, the introduction. This activity will help you build a simple sorting machine to sort coins of different sizes. Now, my first question, what do you notice about the voice in this activity? जैसे मैंने कहा voice, it has to address one person. What do you notice here? Okay, let me help you all a bit. This first part is addressing it to the teacher. It says, see, it is highly imperative for children, highly imperative to assist children in identifying common examples. So here it is talking to the curricular unit is addressed to the teacher. And here, this activity will help you build a simple sorting machine. यहाँ पे हम student को address कर रहे हैं. So this is one problem with this unit where the voice is not constant. Second, I told you all it has to go from simple to complex knowledge. But यहाँ पे simple machines के बारे में सिर्फ लिखा है एक, there's one line written here. Wheel, seesaw, lever are example of simple machine. But a picture of a simple machine is not shown. Common examples of simple machine in our house, scissors, then nutcrackers, all those have not been explained. Only wheels and seesaws have been explained. So simple से complex नहीं जा रहा है ये. Directly we are introducing the term complex machine and we are talking about only some types of simple machines. So there is no logical flow also, and we are not going from simple to complex. One last thing, this is another part of this unit. Let me read it. While you and your family are spending your entire time in the house during the lockdown, if you observe, who do you think is doing the maximum work at your home? The answer generally would be your mother. Your mother is not just helping in your studies, but you will find her working in the kitchen, cooking or cleaning dishes, or doing other household chores like cleaning and mopping the floor or washing and ironing clothes. Can someone please tell me what is the major flaw in this curricular unit? You can unmute yourself or you could even type it.
It's so visible, no?
Yeah. And I had to actually draw people's attention to this. This is an example from someone I was consulting for. Yes, Manva has a response. Jaikumar sir is also typing, assumes and perpetuates a stereotype. Exactly. It is assuming first that the mother is only doing everything, the father is not doing anything, which is untrue. Second, it is assuming that the mother is only doing ghar ka kaam, whereas she is not working from home. Third, it is assuming that the poor child who it is being addressed to is not doing any work, which is again not true. In all our houses now, my own son is doing a lot of work, my husband is doing a lot of work. So here a gender bias, it is not a gender inclusive curricular unit, it is very gender biased. So automatically in your checklist, you will put it in the no column. Yes, Jaikumar sir has also said bias, exactly. So that was a simple checklist to evaluate curricular units. We did a critique. I actually wanted all of you to pair up with someone on this call and then share your curriculum that you develop and get feedback, maybe in 2-3 days' time. But I don't know if it's feasible. In any case, at some point, if you could show your curriculum to someone and get feedback from them, that will help you assess it. You can use this checklist that I've shown to assess the curriculum, and you can also add your own items in the checklist. These are just a few news headlines about curriculum to show you how important curriculum is. And I'm really glad that all of you have chosen this particular program, because curriculum has a lot of potential to make changes. And I would like to wish you all the best. We don't have time to summarize now, but I'll just quickly tell you, we looked at what curriculum is, the components of curriculum today, which was objectives, teaching learning activities, your subject matter, evaluation. Curriculum is the set of experiences that we provide as part of the teaching learning process. Statement of objectives should be clear, measurable, and brief. Some ideas for teaching learning activities that we shared were presentations, virtual field trips, we had demonstrations, lectures, and discussion forums. Some of these were also ideas for evaluation. We had quizzing, writing a blog, making a video. And while critiquing a curricular unit, we should look at logical flow, whether it's going from simple to complex, whether it's gender inclusive, free of biases, and whether it is aligned to your objectives and your evaluation is aligned to your content. With that, I'll conclude my presentation, and these are a few resources for you all to look at later on. Charvari, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Samiksha. It was very insightful, and both your sessions have been really useful in terms of practical knowledge. So I think people will use them while working on their projects. And if you have any difficulties, please do reach out to us, and we'll try to sort your difficulties in the mentoring sessions. Okay, and
Yes.
we'll see when we can get Samiksha again. Uh, thanks a lot,
Even I'll see when
Samiksha.
I can come again because I'm struggling.
Sure, sure, no problem. Thanks for so
Thanks.
wonderful session, Samiksha. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Bye, everyone. All the
Bye.
best.
So Mega session is still on. Please go there, and maybe you can take some benefit from her session. Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye
Good
bye.
night.